Hi, it's we're the third week of March. It is the equinox, and a job I normally do around this time is I sow my peas. Now I don't sow them in the ground to start with, and I'll show you what I do because it's under the polythene plastic covering on my garden. I tend to sow them in pots, but one thing you've got with peas, they don't like being potted on. They don't like their roots disturbed. So once you've got them established, you have to try to minimize the disturbance of the roots. So what I tend to do is I pot a number in a 3-inch pot, which I have here. So I pop roughly 4 in one of these, and then when they're time to plant out, I plant the whole I obviously take it out of the pot, but the whole thing, so you don't mess about with them. And I'll show you where they're going to go, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do now. These are going to go, and if you look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 10 wide holes in the plastic. And what I'll be doing in April, I'll be putting up a structure for the peas to grow on, and I use chicken fencing, and I'll cover that in April, and then when it's ready to plant out, I plant the pot take the pot off, plant the whole thing in these holes, and then that doesn't disturb the roots. You ask, why do I bother to do that? What I've found is that where I plant it directly in the soil, the rate of germination varies quite a lot. Whereas when I do them in these pots, I find that if certain ones don't come, I can replace them and get them sorted before I get them planted out, which sort of almost guarantees you a better crop. So it's a bit of a faff, but I tend to do that. The other advantage is that I'm planting them now, and I put them in a cold greenhouse and they come on quicker, so they're a bigger plant by the time they go out. I've got space for about 60 plants, so I've got about 63-inch pots here and various other bits and pieces. I've got just general purpose compost with a little bit of vermiculite added, but you don't really need to do that because these are pretty easy to grow. And I've got some peas I've bought from the seed catalogues, but I've also got a load of peas that I saved from last year from my crop. So I harvested the seeds, and I'm going to grow probably half-half because the likelihood of those coming are slightly less than the ones bought from the seed catalogue, but it does probably save you a packet or so of seeds. Okay, so I normally, as I say, sow about 4. So these are the seeds. I normally sow, say, 4 per pot. So I pop them in each side, and it's about, I normally put them in about 1 inch deep, and then I'll cover them with a bit of compost. I know the packets say maybe a little bit deeper, but I don't think it matters too much. And plant it, it doesn't matter which way up, just pop them in. And if you look, these are just dried peas, the seeds that were from last year. Just put enough extra compost to cover them over, and then they'll go for a water, and then I shall give them a good water when you do it, and then I shall pop them in the cool greenhouse, and hopefully these will germinate. Okay, so that's now them all in place, and they should germinate now between I think it's between 10 and 18 days. Hopefully it'll be shorter because they're in a warm area.